Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Prime Time. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
It's midweek. Make your Wednesday a win by celebrating the little things and keeping your focus on the big things. Welcome to that youthful inclined breakfast show that's very different from the usual one that you come around. This is the show where we talk about national interest stories, politics, governance, tech, and a whole lot of other things. My name is Oluchi Omenka, and it's with great pleasure I welcome you to the show. Of course, I'm not here alone. I will be here, and I'm joined by the amazing and incredible Mira Talks.
Okay, I feel so flabbergasted.
I'm trying to be like Okiki. Have you seen when Okiki introduces us before? You would think that you have achieved a whole lot in this life.
When
So
the
how are
rest
you
has
doing?
achieved a lot. Oh God, how am I doing? I tend to ask myself if I have like two lives. So I change up at times because my night wasn't the best. I had health issues.
Oh,
all
I'm so
through the
sorry to
night.
hear that.
And I mean, I was not able to sleep. When I later forced myself, because I mean, till like past 5 this morning, I was still feeling really, really weak. And I was so scared that my body fluid was going low. So till around 6, I had to wake up, do laundry. Then I was trying to do laundry. The water was brown. So I was very, very exhausted this morning. And then stepping in through the door, I just told myself, whatever happened prior to this morning has happened. Let's just keep it ahead. And I hope my health will not start messing up again during the hours of the year. And this is me.
And you look sharp this morning.
Stay
Nobody will believe the story that you didn't wake up on the right side of the
I
bed.
mean, I didn't sleep at all.
I would say I'm running on 3 hours plus sleep because I slept very late last night. I slept past 1.
That's not good.
And I always wake up 4 o'clock every day to get ready and, come to work and all of that. So imagine running on that hour of sleep. But don't worry, me, I know how to catch my sleep back. If you like run on 2 or 3 hours, I will catch you to the ones that have been recommended for us. All right, so today we would be discussing rebranding Nigeria, attracting tourists and boosting the economy. So if you've heard about tourism before, but you do not know the prospect it offers to our country, Nigeria, today's show we're going to evaluate and talk about it very critically. And of course, we're not doing this alone. We'll be joined by an expert guest, and I mean a very seasoned guest to dissect this topic with us. But first, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please go to our official Upgrade TV, click the subscribe button now, like, share the link, and be part of our conversation. Let's run on a break, and when we return, we'll go straight to the headlines across the globe. Stay with us shortly. glad to have you back from that break. Now let's take a look at the news from the pages of today's newspaper. Today we have The Punch, we have The Guardian, and the New York Times. Well, we won't take New York Times today. So let's start with The Guardian newspaper, Shola.
I'm so in love with everything I'm seeing on today's Guardian newspaper because this is like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And of course, I will be starting with the petroleum issue. Recall that on Sunday, Dangote Refinery reduced the petrol by 20 naira from 970 naira to 970 naira. A significant discount.
Very significant.
Very
you can't get it anywhere else.
You can't get it anywhere. So there's this ad, because there's obviously an ad that says buy minimum of 2 million liters at 970 naira per liters. For inquiries, send a mail to them. I am wondering, so if there's going to be a
that
discount,
again. I didn't get the particular figure you
buy
mentioned.
a minimum of 2 million liters as 970 naira per liter. So if we are buying lesser than that, you might be buying for 990 naira. And I thought, even Instagram vendors used to make things more easier. Which one is buy 2 million liters
it's
to get
like a
20
particular
naira
discount, but
well, 20 naira times 20 liters, that can sum up to like a huge sum. Away from that, finally, the Lord has done it for Nigerians. Port Harcourt Refinery rebounds as Port Harcourt Refinery will start supply of about 200 trucks in a day. The headline reads, just a minute. The headline reads, caution optimism over cheaper fuel as PH Refinery creates rivalry. Away from that, and there's a breakdown of the refinery since 2015. Recall that during 2015 Buhari's regime, President Buhari declared that Nigeria would no longer import petroleum products by 2019, and the refinery was key to achieving this goal. Many years later, since 2015 now, different people have talked about it at different years, but right now in 2024, after multiple deadlines in April, July, and August, NNPC announced operational status of refinery yesterday. Is this meant to be a good news? I can't say. Is this a competition, healthy or unhealthy rivalry? I can't say. Do we look forward to the refinery being a change in the Nigerian economy status? We also cannot say because we trusted Dangote Refinery so much.
And we're getting discounts of 20 naira.
More like they removed the legs of our chairs and they made us fall off. Away from that, EFCC Bellows men differ as anti-graft agency detains ex-governor. Under it, Edu urges state to monetize assets to drive investment revenue. President Tinubu departs Abuja on state visit to France. Our president's flight track right now is a lot. I mean, there's stamp everywhere. Flight today, flight tomorrow. Amid soaring food prices, Aye Dato, which is the governor of Ondo State, backs Tinubu's economic policies. Besides it, some people want me to die, says Obasanjo. Who wants to kill our ex-president, our elder statesman? I don't know. Away from that, the last but one headline reads, private sector groans as CBN raises interest rate to 27.5%. At this point, I will advise anybody taking loans from bank or having any loan pending in bank to please clear off. The interest rate at this point is not getting funny at all. And the last story from the Guardian newspaper reads, bank lose 53.4 billion naira to fraud in 9 months as attack rise by 65%. The story I will be touching on is obviously on the PH Refinery. After 7 postponements, the Port Harcourt Refinery Company has finally commenced fuel production, promising a daily supply of about 200 trucks as about 1 million liters of refined products were released by the plant on Tuesday. The Nigerian National Petroleum Commission Limited unveiled the refinery on Tuesday, saying the old facility, which has a capacity of 60,000 barrels per day, has been revamped and upgraded with modern equipment. It said the newly rehabilitated complex of the refinery has a capacity of 70% of the installed capacity. And during the unveiling, the NNPC officials conducted stakeholders around the facility where they took samples of petrol, diesels, and kerosene. Honestly, this is a good news. Where my fears lie now is will it be a good news that we later enjoy? Yes, it is interesting. It is very good to hear that there will be 2 refineries running in one country. It means that we'll stop importing fuel from Malta and from other countries. And it also means that the cost at which we're buying petrol will likely go down. I mean, Dangote is selling out. Marketers, some are buying from...
They're buying from outside.
People in the southwest will most likely buy from Dangote because of the transportation and the cost of transportation. And people up in the southeast will buy from PH, which is fair. But will it actually be fair on us?
You know, the problem is my issue right now is with private marketers, because it seems as though these private marketers are not really on the side of the economy and Nigeria as a whole, and it's just about their pockets and the benefits that they want to get. So I think that this refinery that we're having in Nigeria is a good cause, but like many good news that we see in Nigeria, it will not actualize immediately.
No, it's like terms and conditions apply.
Exactly. Maybe we're going to see a 5-10 year plan for you to actually see the importance of this, the impact. So that's a better word to use.
But just like President Tinubu said, he's not working for this generation, he's working for the next generation. So let's say these are plans.
That's a long-term vision.
Long-term, yes. You need to be
in
alive.
this generation, we cannot suffer before the next. We need to be taken care of. Let's see what the Punch has to say. The major headline screams alleged 110 billion naira fraud. By now, you know I love to pronounce figures very emphatically. Bello due in court today as ex-governors report to EFCC. Ex-Kogi governor detained by anti-graft agency faces 16 counts. PDP, NEC, pro-Wike governors set for shutdown over Demagum. Forex platform, CBN sets $100,000 minimum trade for banks. PH Refinery, 200 trucks load daily. 150,000 BPD Eleme plant dormant. Unpaid pensions, retirees set to occupy Finance Ministry. Haunted and executed. Suspended Sanwo-Olu's aid. Comments their probe call. 4,449 policemen sue IG over delayed promotion. And the last story is the interest rate hike above the major headline says Labour OPS project higher inflation weakens the naira. You know, coming this morning, this major headline was just screaming at my face. And you know, the thing that really gets Nigerians angry, if you want to see Nigerians angry with the current state that we're in, just tell us somebody in authority, somebody in power that is misusing public funds, and you're going to see us very agitated. And that's how I felt this morning. Imagine somebody, an alleged past governor, former governor, being jailed, not jailed now, like there's a fresh charge on him of over 110 billion naira. That is a huge sum of money. What's even going to get you more agitated? I didn't plan to make you agitated this morning, but let's just see some of the details. Now, there are 16 counts, and he did give a breakdown of how it summed up to this 110 billion. The first charge filed before the Federal High Court in Abuja yesterday borders on alleged criminal breach of trust to the tune of 100, the stuff I mentioned. However, the embattled immediate past governor of Kogi State has dragged the EFCC to the Supreme Court for declaring him wanted. So that means he's not taking it peacefully. He's taking them to court. And this came as the anti-graft agency intensified its pursuit of the former governor, insisting that he will face full prosecution over an alleged 80 billion money laundering case. The former governor, who is the sole defendant in a 19-count charge, some papers say 16, some say 19. However it is, it's still a lot of money. The defendants were alleged to have used funds from the Kogi State Treasury to acquire properties in high-brow areas within the Federal Capital Territory in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates, according to the charge sheet seen by the cable. The alleged offenses and the counts are a whole number. If I start to mention them, we're going to get a lot of calls and people want to rant. But this is very sad. You know, the money wasn't used for anything reasonable, but their personal pockets, their personal gain. How much can you loot? How long do you want to keep looting public funds? It's so unfair.
And you question why people want to go into politics just for their personal pocket reasons. We've seen Okafor being charged. We've seen him. And my question is, excuse me, sir, don't take the EFCC to court. Are you guilty of this offense? Yes or no? Did you actually embezzle public funds? Enough of they are dragging your name in the mud. Did you actually embezzle public funds?
Who would come out to say they actually embezzled?
Because
Now,
I do not
let me
understand.
tell you a controversial story I heard. I don't know how somebody just came up with it to say that he was actually the one. He's not taking EFC to court. He's rather taking himself
To court.
to lay claims that I actually did embezzle this. However it comes, just
gosh,
slap the
oh
punishment
gosh,
that is deserving, because this is very appalling. Another thing I wanted to even mention, just by the way, some of these people in political offices or chairs that do embezzle funds and use it to purchase properties abroad. Are there not structures and systems in place that ensures that this whatever fund or whatever property you are purchasing abroad, it is being monitored? If you see a particular government person, official, better word use, purchasing huge properties in your country, shouldn't you bring us to order? Abi, I don't even know how to explain
Yes,
it.
we've forgotten our Basha loot. Till today, they will still bring money for us from the United States or
It is
from one of the
scattered
country.
abroad.
And it's scattered abroad. So it is. I mean, talking about
foreigners
Nigeria
are not
at
even
times,
helping
it
us to
irritates you.
get
it
these
it
people.
triggers a part in you. I don't understand where one person will be.
Now, I won't say talking about
embezzling loads
Nigeria.
of
It's
money.
some of the leaders, because Nigeria is a blessed
mention
country.
a good leader.
Nigeria is a blessed country.
Filled
But
with milk and honey. We hear this all the time. Mention 3 good leaders that we have without scandals or without arrest issues or without embezzlement issues. Ayedatiwa, that was the newly elected governor. Just the few months he spent after the demise of Ayedatiwa of Akeredolu, there were scandals around him. He was misusing public funds. He could not account for the money he met there. Just few months that he spent there. So nobody is clean in the Nigerian political space. We are all birds of the same feather,
as I
flying
begin to wrap
together.
up the story, I just hope that this particular story that we've seen will not just be swept under the carpet. Just give us something to let us know that a
won't be
particular
surprised.
governor is being charged. Let us get to the end of this story and ensure that people are about to book. I mean, that's all I can say. All right, that's all we can take for the Nigerian newspaper this morning. Enough of the agitation. We have a very interesting topic today. It's about this same Nigeria. We want to rebrand Nigeria, attract tourism, and boost the economy. So we'll be joined by an expert guest after this short break. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Imagine the world where the voices of the youth finally get the spotlight they deserve.
Welcome to Ways Breakfast, the groundbreaking show where young minds unite together to tackle issues that truly matter.
We're flipping the script on traditional morning talk shows, and this is your chance to hear the youth speak out.
We're not just skimming headlines, we're diving deep into the heart of topics that impact us all.
From politics to governance, tech innovations, mental health, and trendy social issues.
We don't just discuss, we ignite conversations that inspire change and spark action.
Join us every morning for fresh, young, and vibrant perspectives.
That empowers the next generation to make a difference.
Start your day right with Ways Breakfast, because when the youth speak, the world listens. Ways Breakfast, weekdays at 8 a.m. live on Upgrade TV.
Looking to take your business to the next level through partnerships? Then join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for Partner Up.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketing, sales, or partnership professional,
Partner Up is here to give you the tools you need to succeed. From in-depth interviews with industry experts to real-world case studies of successful partnership strategies that drive innovation and business growth, we dive deep into what it takes to form successful partnerships. Thursdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss Partner Up.
Glad to have you join us again. Today on the show, we'll be talking about rebranding Nigeria, attracting tourists and boosting the economy. Tourism is a powerful driver of economic growth, cultural exchange, and national identity. Globally, countries like Thailand, France, and South Africa have leveraged their natural landscapes, cultural heritage, and strategic branding to attract millions of tourists annually. Nigeria, often referred to as the giant of Africa, holds immense potential to be a leading tourist destination with its rich cultural diversities, historical landmarks, and natural wonders such as the Yankari Game Reserve, Olumo Rock, and the Hawum waterfalls. However, despite this potential, Nigeria's tourism sector contributes less than 5% to its GDP. Challenges such as poor infrastructure, security concerns, and inadequate marketing strategies have hindered the nation from realizing its tourism potential. Yet, recent trends indicate a growing interest in domestic tourism and cultural festivals like the Calabar Carnival and the Osun Osogbo Festival. Today, we have a passionate tourism advocate to shed light on how rebranding Nigeria could not only attract tourists but also significantly boost the economy. She will explore innovative strategies, highlight success stories, and discuss actionable solutions for Nigeria's tourism renaissance. Her name is Loveth Okafor, the founder of Royale Tours and Travels, a leading tourism company in Lagos. She's passionate about making travel easy and inspiring for young professionals through mentorship and education. Make welcome Miss Loveth Okafor Ifeoma.
Thank you for having
Good
me.
morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
Thank you.
You know, you came to take our shine because we were thinking that we're the beautiful ones this morning with our
and
blue and
blue.
pink. Then Orange came and said, "Who are you?"
Blow
We
us
are
away.
here to tell you.
But you're looking really great this morning.
Thank you.
And
And
me too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that we're having this kind of conversation. Usually Wednesday is for mental health.
Yeah.
We're talking about my health, my mindset, you know. My mental health is very cliche what everybody used to do. But today, we want to take it a step further and talk about tourism. I like how this topic has been, you know, put together to talk about how it can help our economy. As a country, we're so focused on oil, or focused on other sectors. We want to, you know, get things right in other sectors. But there are other things that we have that could boost our economy that we're not paying attention to. And one of it is tourism. It's sad that other countries are making waves with it. It's adding to their GDP and all of that and their revenue. But in Nigeria, we do not see any impact as such. And Nigeria is the kind of country that has great potential. So let's start the first question. In a world where countries compete fiercely for global attention, how would you define a successful rebranding strategy for Nigeria?
Well, for me, traveled far and wide, and the first thing people ask me is, where are you from? And the first question is, where are you from? Then I'm like, oh, I'm from Nigeria. We have this, people really want to know about Nigeria. They believe that we are the cool kids of Africa. Nigeria has there is this vibe that comes with the name Nigeria. But then, to rebrand and to that particular question,
Position us to be
The
the
best
same
thing-
space with other foreign countries.
the best thing is the changing the narrative. Like, we have some kind of negative perspective online. That is one of the biggest problems. So you see some other countries that have their own negativity or maybe their setbacks, but they would never go online to type about everything that's happening in their country or tell you, oh, we Nigerians take everything as content. So this has contributed to putting us in a negative light. And one thing that we must know is that as foreigners, the first thing that they want to know or how they research about us is going on the internet. So the very first thing they type is Nigeria. So what are you putting out on Twitter? What are you putting out on TikTok? What are you putting out there? So those negative comments, all those negative headlines, any little thing that happens, you have rushed online. Now, take Dubai, for instance.
Yeah.
You cannot type anything, or you cannot even do bad press for Dubai. You'll be jailed. So I feel like we say too much, we exaggerate things, and we must understand that people are on the internet. People are reading about us. But Nigerian people are cool kids of Africa. People want to come. But this is one of the major ways that we are contributing badly. And also, the immigration system is not also helping matters.
Thank you very much. 27th September was World Tourism Day. And we had the opportunity to interview the lady, I think Commissioner of Tourism or something. And then an event was held at Muriokola Park to celebrate it. Interesting. So the theme for that day was tourism and peace. Right now, every Gen Z out there wants to travel. Get ready with me as I go on a road trip to Benin Republic, and they show us. It's a cool trend right now. There's a new space at Ogun State, a field where I look forward to going to so bad. But we will not forget to talk about insecurity challenges, which is one of the major factors of the last celebrated World Tourism Day. That's not how we talk about tourism without talking about insecurity. Nigeria used to be very safe, where I can take a road trip from here to Abuja. But now taking a road trip from here to Abuja, I would have informed my insurance company that please
fasting and prayer.
Keep money. I would have done fasting and prayers. And to take flights is no joke. From here to PH, you know how much flight is saying. Either economic class or Korokwe class or any class at all, you know how much we're saying. So how is this branding going to effect on insecurity challenges in this country? Because you keep saying Nigeria, when you go to Google, Nigeria bad PR, but insecurity is also in the news. So it's not only about what I post on my social media pages or the comments I have about Ilashe Beach Resort or one of these resorts at Lakwe Road, because that's where all of them are right now. How do we help on the insecurity challenges? How do I want to go on vacation this December without getting kidnapped?
Well, I am very happy that there are some companies, because me, myself, I focus on the solutions I can provide. Because we all know depending on the government is just wishing for, I don't know. So,
for a dog to fly.
Exactly. So definitely I focus more on how can I provide personal security for people I create my trips for. So we do use like a the mopos. We, like, most times when we organize trips and we know that this particular area are kind of not secured, especially the north, we do have like a personal escort, as in a police or security officer with them. That is when we are going to the east or going to the north. But generally going to Ibadan or some part of the west, they are kind of still secured. And I am one of the person that believes that there is no need of always complaining about something and not providing a solution for it. Because we can all sit down and make excuses 1 million times why tourism cannot flourish in Nigeria, and there will always be a reason why it shouldn't. I'll give you a story of the Irish people. There was an active war during their time. There was a particular time, I've forgotten this time, but there was an active war in Irish, Dublin, but they never saw it as a challenge. Even I'm currently in Lebanon, you still reach out to people that are there, and they are still telling you that, oh, things are fine, don't worry. They still put the mind of the guests or prospective visitors at ease. They don't capitalize on it. So what I do in my own little way and in my own privatized way, I make sure that any trip that we are creating to this high-risk state, we make sure that we have our own personal security agency involved in it.
I'm so sorry, but I want to ask a follow-up question. You said even in Lebanon and in Dublin and Ireland and all of that, they try to, even in Dubai, they try to, their social media image, their media image is well controlled. But you're saying that we should lie about things, because I mean, go to Lagos restaurant now, they'll tell you 40K for Sunday buffet, and they'll be giving you terms and conditions. You cannot eat much, you cannot do this. Going to some restaurant to be here, you can't make videos, you can't take pictures, or you can't dress a certain way. I was at Cappadocia a while ago, and yeah, there were terms and conditions, and I am paying heavily for these things. I was at Asian this day Marriott, and it was awesome, but there are too many terms and conditions to it. So at times it's this girl was in the news recently, Fina Big Brother. She said she dressed a certain way to go eat, and they complained, okay, her outfit was too revealing. Some things like that want to make you post on, okay, next time, or when you're going to maybe this lounge or this club, or you are traveling to this resort center, old this, old that, they don't dress this way, they don't dress that way. I don't think that's bad PR if you ask me. I think it's just day warning people ahead of time. And at times also make them reduce their policies. Don't do this, don't do that policies.
Well, to encourage travel, or to encourage people to travel freely and still feel safe and express themselves, like you said, without maybe sugarcoating things.
Yeah.
Well, I would say I am very happy to be Nigerians, to be a Nigerian. But then again, at the same time, we are very audacious. We take spaces.
I love that word.
We are very audacious. Yeah. So we take spaces, and we like to stretch, right? So I would say, because I cannot control this these companies that set up the standards and tell you how to dress and not. But I've been to Doha, where I booked a reservation before payment. They told me, oh, you must cover your body from beginning to the end. Like, I saw the terms, and it was very glaring. Clear. So I would call on hospitality companies. This is also a call out to our hospitality group in Nigeria. I feel like we need more institutions in Nigeria that is going to teach about hospitality, because we don't have. Sincerely, we don't have like quality hospitality. Like, I don't used to say this normally. I don't like to put bad press for my country, but I'm going to say this for anybody who's going to listen and watch, and if you are in the hospitality industry, if you go to other African countries, the minute you walk into a hotel or walk into a restaurant where people are taking care of you, they welcome you so nicely. Their voice, the way they approach you. Yeah. But I know Nigeria, you can check it. You can, like a female, if you want to check into a hotel, first of all, they'll give you that side eye. You know, they'll be like, where are you going to? How old are you? Exactly. So it is very bad. I've been to a hotel reception, and the lady, just the way she looked at me was really, really awful. And I felt bad. So the first thing that I did, because I know that, okay, I can endure it, but what if it's a foreigner, or what if it's somebody else? Like, how would they react to this? So what I did was I wrote an email to the hotel, to their management, and I was like, oh, this shouldn't happen. And they said that they're going to look into it. And I hope they do. But one thing that I'm very, very particular about is, I would encourage our hospitality companies to put out information on your website or on your social media handles. Tell people how to dress and your terms and conditions. And if they feel free to book, they go ahead. There is no need for, at that time, and there's one uneducated waiter, just just chasing you about. It is not nice. I would definitely ask you that, let us refrain from that. But then again, there are still so many other perks of exploring Nigeria. To be sincere, it's quite affordable compared to other countries. Definitely, it's quite affordable.
All right, thank you so much. I'd like us to stretch it further, but we have to go on a short break. When we return, I have more questions about how we can boost our economy, because Nigeria has to be better. It has to be better for real. So please stay with us. We'll be right back shortly.
Life is made up of moments, some that lift us, others that break us. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space where we explore the beauty, the heartbreaks, and the incredible strength that every relationship brings into our lives. Friendship, marriages, partnerships, and everything in between. Yes, say yes! All the connections that shapes who we are today. Every week, we dive into the stories that define us. Stories of love, loss, heartbreaks, and healing. Real life stories from real people, just like you and I. Heartlines, is where emotions meet understanding and where we learn that we're never truly alone. Join me Mondays through Fridays at 9:30 p.m. for Heartlines, where we'll connect with every heart, one story at a time.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. We're still discussing how tourism can boost Nigeria economy, and we've been joined by an expert guest, one who is very passionate about this particular industry. So we've asked a lot of questions. We've looked at hospitality. We've seen that Nigerians are audacious people. But now, I want us to look at festivals and cultures, because when I think of tourism and when I think of Nigeria as a blessed nation, my mind is going firstly to our festivals, our cultures. It is so beautiful. Yesterday, when I was getting some images that will later be displayed, I was like, Nigeria is a blessed country. What is really doing us in this country? And then we've seen content creators, some of them like this Ni Fagbemi guy that does a lot of covering for some of these festivals. There's this particular one that I didn't even know existed, this Yoruba festival. Is it Ojude Oba or something? Ojude Oba. When I first saw, that first clip that went very viral, I'm like, wow. So different Yoruba women from across the world will gather for this kind of event. It was so colorful and beautiful, and he did cover it, and he has been doing a number of it. So I want to ask, Nigeria is a home to this vibrant cultural festivals. Based on your wealth of experience, seeing other countries not replicate, do their own in their own space, how do you think we can leverage on this? Because I want us to talk solutions today. I want us to talk how the way forward. So, speaking to other private institutions like yours and even government parastatals, how do you think we can leverage on festivals, on cultures to boost our economy and attract more tourists to our country?
Well, for a fact, the most popular carnival is the Calabar Carnival. Tell me that Jamaicans, Brazilians are talking about it.
Interesting.
But we don't have good press. So, yeah, we do not have good publicity out there about it. If Nigerians would only open their arms to welcome visitors,
Even the Osho-Oshogo
25% of the tourism problem will be solved, irrespective of any challenge that we have. People want to visit, but the first thing they ask, would they like me there? We're like those people that are like your friends that wants to join you, but they're just like, they don't want to be let down. So they watch you from afar. So they are just scared to approach you, to reach out to you. But if only Nigeria can use the media to portray Nigerians' potentials and the colors, we will definitely have a lot of tourists, people coming to Nigeria. Like the New Yam Festival is a vibe. Have you seen the New Yam Festival?
Yes. Never seen such, actually.
It is a vibe. Like people celebrating the colors, and Nigerian people are party people.
Very.
Anything about enjoyment, call Nigerians. I know
that was suffering or not, we'll still show up.
We will come correctly. We will definitely come correct. And like you said, we're focusing on the oil and everything. I just wish that the government could actually take a step back and put in ministers or parastatals or bodies that are going to help solve a little bit of the tourism issues and put out good press out there. We're definitely going to attract a lot of people. There is money in tourism, a lot of it. I've been to Kenya, I've been to Tanzania, and I saw how their government so much capitalize on this tourism and how much they are bringing into their economy. And I think Nigerian government should look into that. But we as a collective, because I am done complaining or telling the government what to do, what can we do? Let us put out good content, like the content creator guy you just mentioned. That is one of our high flyers, and we can do more about that. Like, let us attend these festivals. Let us tell people that they can come into our country, and we are going to welcome them. They really want to come, but they don't just know that we are hospitable. That's just it.
Please, I want to ask the question before you continue. Talking about money, the Igbo girl in me, my ear is already standing. So I want to know, how a young person, because this show is very youth inclined and it's focused on youth and how we can make waves, do you think a young person can actually tap into this industry and make progress financially? Let's not even talk about boosting the Nigerian economy. If I want to go into tourism now, I want to be a tourist, would I have to first pump in a lot of money before I get it? How do I get, my own cut back in that sense?
You have your phone and your internet, right?
Yes, I do. I guess.
That is a lot
That's
of
the
money.
answer.